Hello everyone, welcome to Watch Complications. Today we're going to take a look at the brand Mercer and specifically their Wayfarer 2 GMT. Mercer is a fairly young company based out of New Jersey, USA. If you're to look at this watch on their website, mercerwatches.com, you'll notice this is not the original strap that came on the watch. This is the original strap I've got over here, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But this is just an orange strap that I thought would go good with the orange hands. I picked it up on sale through Christopher Ward, which is a UK-based brand that I also quite like. And I'll say more about the strap again here in a little bit. So in terms of shipping, Mercer, in at least this particular model, is sending out the watch in sort of there's a grayish outer box and then a navy blue inner box with the white cushions with the logos and such. So pretty standard in terms of the box. One thing they did is on the original strap, you can see there's this plastic medallion. Probably unnecessary in terms of putting it in the box. So you get this piece of plastic, hard plastic, kind of jumping around inside the box through shipping. But of course, I know why they do this, but you know, they got the company name and logo and the warranty reminder, we know where they're from, and the website. So it's got the information on it, but probably unnecessary in terms of having it inside the watch box through shipping. So the thing that drew me to this particular watch was the watch face and the dial in particular. But the dials, you might have a hard time picking if you look at their website. There are 3 dials. All of them are well done. This is the gray dial. So both the outer and inner part of the dial are shades of gray. The hour section of the dial is a little bit lighter gray than the interior 24-hour section and the outer rim, which appear to be a little bit darker just by the way it's angled, and then the depth in the middle. So it looks like different shades when you look at it from about any angle or distance, which is nice. I'll talk more about the dial in a second. So the other forms of the dial they've got there's a navy one, which has the hour area is a navy blue, also has the white hour markers, and then there's a black version, which the entire dial is black, and then it has gold hour markers. All of them have the orange hands. So nice dial designs, and I chose the gray one. So the movement inside is the quartz Ronda 515-24H GMT. So it's a quartz movement. I was looking for a quartz GMT, is how I ended up at this particular brand and this particular watch. Of course, with a GMT, you've got the second hour hand, and it's nice to have a GMT that's quartz, so you don't have to worry about setting it every time, since it's a little bit more time in terms of setting it. And if you don't want to have to worry about that, you just want to be able to grab it out of your watch box and run, then a quartz GMT is a good option. It's only the second quartz I've got in my box at the moment, the other being my chronograph for accuracy and such. So a good idea for a quartz is a GMT quartz. So it's got the Ronda 515-24H, which is a nice, steady, popular GMT movements in a lot of GMT watches. So nice, steady movement. Does job well, lasts a good amount of time in terms of battery life. So the case is nice and medium size. The diameter is 40 millimeters. So the diameter 40 millimeters, and the height 11.5. So good medium size, and since it is quartz, it's nice and light. Only 50 grams is what I measured on this particular case. So nice and light, wears light on the wrist because of it being quartz, but even with the medium size at 40 millimeters and 11.5 height, it's a nice solid GMT watch. You can see the M there on the crown. Stainless steel, 316L, so nice high quality steel. Now, one of the things you want to pay attention to if you're going to go to Mercer's website and buy one of their watches is the crystal. This is one of the models that has a sapphire crystal. Not all their models have the sapphire crystal. They're also using mineral crystal on a lot of their watches. So most of their watches have really nice dials, nice good brand in terms of the design, but just make sure you look through the specs on whatever model you're looking at carefully, because many of their models are using mineral crystal and a few of them are using the sapphire crystal. If you care about that, then just pay attention to it. That's why I'm pointing it out. It's just if you particularly care. Of course, the sapphire will hold up a little bit better over the life of the watch in terms of scratch resistance than mineral crystal will. Mineral crystal is going to be a little bit more susceptible to damage over the life of the watch. So if you care about that, just pay attention to that when you're looking at their different models. The Wayfarer 2 has sapphire crystal. Again, one of the reasons why I went ahead and chose to try this particular watch. So it's got a sapphire domed crystal with anti-reflective coating, and this is good to a depth of 10 ATM, so 100 meters. So if you're going to take it to the beach, it's okay to get it wet. All right, it has a really well-designed case back. It's got a nice navigation motif. It's got a compass. I like the white and the gray contrast. This is etched into the case back. Really good, unique sort of design that I really liked as I looked at on the website and thought, it's gonna I think it adds a nice design element to the watch, to this particular model. So nice design on the back, and one of the things that you might find interesting about the watch. One of the things, the real reason though that I was drawn to this particular GMT was the dial, as I mentioned. It's well done. One is, and hopefully it'll come through in the pictures that I'll take and the video, is even though it's an all gray dial, it looks like it's different colors and different shades of gray. So it's got a scooped outer rim, which is the same color as the hour markers, but of course the angle makes it look like it's a little bit darker. And then you've got the hour area, and then it sits a little bit higher than the central part of the dial, which sits a little bit lower and is a little bit of a darker gray. So what this does is it looks like the gray transitions from the outer rim to the middle circle and then to the inner circle. You're transitioning colors, shades of gray, and it gives the dial a lot of depth. And we all know, those of us that spend a lot of time with looking at and wearing watches, is that there is not a lot of space inside of the case, and this makes it look like there is much more room than there is inside the watch face. So underneath the crystal, so it's a really nice feature is the depth you get and the color differences in the grays. So that's one of the things that really drew me to the dial, and also the orange hands contrasting with the gray and the black rims on the hands and the white hour markers. So the hands are particularly nice. I really wanted a GMT that had small interior 24-hour markers. That's one of the main reasons why I thought I'd give this watch a try. Of course, there's a lot of different designs out there for where to place the markers for a GMT, and I wanted something that used the 24-hour markers and did so on the interior of the dial. And this checked the box for me in terms of wanting that particular feature on a GMT. Something else about the hands is you can see that the hour and the minute and then the base of the GMT hand are black, and then the second hand is all orange, and then the tip of the GMT hand is orange as well. They use a nice strong lume, Superluminova BGW9, so it's kind of a bluish tint, tinted lume. It's nice and bright. doesn't take much to charge it, and it lasts a long time. So it's got excellent lume. You'll be able to see those pictures on the blog post for the watch on watchcomplications.com. So I'll have pictures where you can see the nice blue shots of the lume, and really easy to read in the dark. Another good feature about this particular watch face. And again, the watch face is the reason I thought I'd try it. Being quartz makes this GMT nice, but the face was worth the price for a try. And again, the other versions of the dials also look really good. But I'm glad I chose the gray one. If I was going to go for an automatic GMT, I'd probably go for a Fairer Endurance or something like that, which has a great clean dial, good use of color. But in terms of quartz, right now I think Mercer has something good going for it in the Wayfarer 2 GMT. Now the strap is 20 millimeters, and one of the I should say issues with at least Mercer so far for me has been the issue of the strap. Now the nice thing is straps are quick and easy to change, but the original strap that comes with this is a sailcloth strap. So it's sailcloth on the outside with a leather stitched on the inside. Now I bought this in early January of 2018, and by that point the advertising and things around the watch was showing that this watch would ship with a sailcloth color that matches the dial. So this watch was supposed to come with a gray sailcloth strap. As you can see, this is a black sailcloth strap. So what happened in their production, in some sense, some way, is some people are getting Wayfarers with the new strap. Some of them are getting with the strap that was used for the Wayfarer 1. So this is an old strap from the original run, I believe. And so it's black, it's smaller, and not as long. This is, I would say this is, in terms of the size, is an extra small strap that came with this watch. And I have just an average size wrist. It's not too big, not too small. And this thing barely fits on my wrist. Only the first or second hole is all you could get. And then of course the material is sailcloth, so it's nice and tough. It's not comfortable to wear in any sense. And I was told that's one of the reasons why they changed away from this strap and started shipping with newer straps. This is in my contact with Scott at the company. They've switched away from this original strap because it wasn't long enough, not as comfortable, but at least in mine, it got my new version of Wayfarer 2 got shipped with this original strap. So the first thing I did was buy a different strap. One, I prefer leather to sailcloth, and this would probably wear in and get softer with time. It's just it's not particularly comfortable, and I haven't felt like spending the time to wear it, break it in. So I'm sure it would get a little bit, and you know, this is meant to, you know, hold up when it gets, you know, wet and such like that. But it's a little bit tough, not as comfortable to wear. So I bought a different leather strap, and again, the orange I chose because it would go well with the orange hands. I was told that a new strap, the strap that was supposed to ship with the watch, would be on its way, and I've been in constant communication and a dozen emails, and I still don't have the strap that was supposed to ship with the watch. And that's my one complaint with Mercer as a company at the moment, is there's been sporadic communication back. Not every email gets a response. Seems like every 3 emails gets a response, and was told I would be notified when the strap was on its way, and then I was told a couple weeks ago that it would be shipped out that week, and a couple weeks have gone by. I still haven't got the strap, so I don't know if this is production issues or what, but it's something to be aware of if you're going to buy a Mercer right now. I don't know if this will happen to anyone else or not. I don't know if I'll purchase another Mercer watch after that particular issue, but as far as this particular watch, I like it. It'll probably stay with me for a while. I do like it. I like the design of the dial. I like the case. In terms of a company, it's only doing so as far as I'm concerned, from a sort of a customer service standpoint, it's been okay. But the strap issue is something that has me a little bit concerned if I was to buy another watch. Am I going to get the right strap? And if something does go wrong, how good is the communication going to be between the customer and the company, and particularly in rectifying the situation? And if you say something's going to ship out at a particular time, you'd like to hope that actually happens. And perhaps at some point I will get the gray sailcloth strap that's supposed to come with the gray dialed Wayfarer. We'll see if it happens. So for now, I'll continue to wear it on my orange strap. This is the brightest strap I probably have in my collection right now, actually. And it certainly does stand out, and it looks nice. Even if I get the gray sailcloth, I might still prefer to wear it with a orange leather strap. So that's the review of the Mercer Wayfarer 2. One last thing to keep in mind is, the price point on this is $350 US, which is a lot for a quartz watch, but I think the design is close to worth that amount. But if you're looking to get a Mercer watch, what you should do is sign up for their newsletter, and then after you sign up for the newsletter, you will not long after get an email that gives you a 10% discount on your first purchase. So you could get a 10% off of whatever Mercer watch you're after. If you're after this Wayfarer 2 or one of their watches, sign up for their newsletter, and you'll get a 10% coupon. And that's what I did. So I got this for a little bit less, about $310, $315 off. And so if you want a little bit of a discount, I suggest you sign up for the newsletter and do that. So that's the Mercer Wayfarer 2, and hopefully this review will serve beneficial if you're looking at Mercer or this particular model of their watches.